the more versatile you are, the more opportunity you have to play and work. We do anything from big band, small group stuff. At this university, we do traditional jazz. We have Latin ensembles. So you get an opportunity to play in a lot of different styles, and I think that's extremely important to do. So as you get involved in the small group, you're going to play music that you probably never played. It might be Brazilian music. You're going to play music that you've never played before. And I think if you have an open mind, you're going to find that, hey, you know, this is great. You know, I really enjoy this. If you know 6, 7, 8 different styles of music, then you'll work. And that's what it's all about, and you'll enjoy it.
I feel like the students, when you do encourage artistic freedom and the fact that they really get to search inside themselves when they make music, they write the music, they start to believe in what they're doing and trust what they're doing and follow their gut feelings. I think that's very important.
We want you to have the experience of putting together a small group and writing out parts, knowing the instrumentation, knowing the transpositions.
In both groups I was involved in, did all original music, which was fun. And it's good to, in the process of trying to figure these tunes out, since they're so new, you know, you get immediate input and immediate feedback, and you get to see, oh, this doesn't work quite the way that I thought it did, and then other people can make suggestions. And
when we first bring in a tune, you know, the composer will talk it down and, you know, talk about the form, talk about the vibe, and then we'll attempt to play it, and then the composer will review it, and then the other musicians in the band will say, I like this, but I don't really like that. I don't think this is working. And then it's just constant revision. You know, with a different group of people, every composition is going to be different. And that's a good thing, you know?
You just want to do everything you've learned, and then it ends up being this kitchen sink of a piece. So I try to put limitations on myself sometimes. But most of the pieces that I've written that I really like a lot are the ones where I just get like a nugget of an idea. If it's like some kind of, like I got a bass line one time that I really liked, and I wrote a piece surrounded by that bass line. Or there was a melody that was in my head. Something that is just like some kind of nugget of an idea that has stuck with me has been, and then developing on that has been my main way.
Yeah, well, with each of the 3 groups, I brought my own compositions for the group to play, and it was really interesting, like seeing how different people would interpret various parts of the music. And the most important thing I found was to not be too attached to one outcome of how the composition is supposed to become, because you have to admit that it's not just you anymore. Now it's a collective kind of experience. Like I'll be listening to like Tigran Hamasi, and he's doing all these crazy rhythmic ideas, so then I can try to write a composition that incorporates some of that, and then see what works, what didn't, and it may end up being completely different and still sound great or even better.
I did my own composition, and I made it like towards the idea that we had of the Latin style. It's called Impulsos, Impulse. Actually, it has a really fun story. It was the day right before I came here. I liked a girl, but I never told her anything. But the day before I was coming here, I knew I wasn't gonna come back to my country for a long time. So I was with her, and she, like, we were saying bye to each other, and I really wanted to kiss her, but she wouldn't stop talking, like all the time. She was just talking and talking. I was like, okay, I'm gonna leave, just like nothing. And then I just used that impulse to kiss her, and it went okay. But I mean, I wrote about it. You can compose a piece, and then you just have it in the score and everything. But then when you hear what they play, it's a lot different from what you had in your mind. And especially in the small jazz group, it's a good experience because we're rehearsing a lot, like every week. So I get the chance to change my tune or tweak it however I want to. The way we approach the tune, I sent it to, the way I did it, I sent it to them. They got to listen to the tune, and I asked them if they liked the tune or if they wanted to do it as a different way, if there was something that it was impossible for them to play. And then if they said yes, then I transcribed it, then we transcribe the tune, we play it, and then we just arrange whatever doesn't sound as good as we want to. Or there are some sections, sometimes we want to add another solo, or sometimes we don't have the exact instrumentation that they have in the recording. So we just adapt the tune for what we have.
I'll go first with what they want with what they want to do. If they ask me like, what can we do with this, and I'd be glad to, point out some stuff. It's a matter of being, polite with people and with the leader, obviously. Cool to add something in some spots, and I'll ask him, or sometimes I'll just play through it, and if he likes it, fine. I mean, if not, then I just won't do it. I like that amount of space that just says fill, and you take the liberty of just going with that, doing it in context.